Welcome to the Backseat Thriver podcast. I'm Christina Johnston.
And I'm Bridget Kostas.
And we really think you guys should listen because we think we're pretty funny.
We are pretty funny.
Yeah.
We're unfiltered. It's real. It's sometimes what you need to hear.
Sometimes what you don't.
But tune in.
Tune in. That was good.
That works.
Season 2.
Let's go. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Guys, we've got a real spicy episode for today.
Spicy.
Yeah. Now, you may be wondering, what's up with those backseat thrivers? Why are they looking so fresh?
So hot and taut.
But, we've been talking about all this health and wellness. So we just decided, we need to make these really positive changes. And we know that the power in change and habits is make it visual. Mel Robbins says, put it in front of your face. So here we are. But also, we'd be a little bit inauthentic and lying if we said that's really the only reason we have these amazing beach bods right now. Bridget and I were talking and we're like, okay, we need a plan. We want to get more viewers. We want to get more listeners. We want to get more subscribers. So what do?
We show a little skin.
We got to show a little skin.
We've got to be a little more
edgy,
saucy.
Yeah. Now, I have to say it's so funny because
eyes here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't stop looking at you. You just look so
Hold on, let me put
toned
my
and
hair back.
Yes.
If you're just listening to this episode, please go to our YouTube.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Or you can be watching us on Spotify.
You could be watching us on Spotify, or you could be watching us on the Live the Dream Media.
Yeah. Unless you're my dad, you can just listen. It's okay.
No, Dad, go to YouTube. We're going to send you the YouTube link.
Bridget, we look so good. I can't stand it. Okay.
I can't stand it.
So, Raul, do you think maybe we can get some more followers from Hi-Fi? We got like 6 new follows after the last show.
Say Hi-Fi.
Oh, crap.
You didn't know. Okay, this show's over. I'm done, guys.
Wait, can you edit it?
No, we're live. This show's over.
Oh my God.
Find a new producer.
You mean highfalutin? How old are you?
That's what I meant. I meant highfalutin.
That is our rival. That's like saying I'm on the Yankees and saying the Red Sox instead.
Okay.
Shame, Christina. Shame.
Bridget, say it right.
No,
Redeem
you
us.
say it right.
Redeem us.
Nope.
Raul, we're so sorry. Forgive us. Okay. But I really think your peeps...
High wire.
I know. I really think your peeps came in for us. So we'll just keep subliminally saying, go to High Wire while we're here, while we're in the episode.
High wire, not high fives.
I was thinking Wi-Fi. I'm about to be 40. Wires are starting to cross in my brain.
You look good for 40 right now.
I look so good for 40 right now.
You look amazing.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So, Bridget.
And I look better.
Well, obviously. I just wasn't going to say it out loud on the show in front of everyone, but I guess you went there.
I did.
I'm not sure if blue's really your color if we're going to talk about it, but whatever.
Whatever.
White's pretty classic and classy.
Whatever.
Okay.
Just shows your spray tan better.
This is real.
This is turning a civil war.
I know. All right. We need to shut up and move on with this.
Move on.
Okay.
But speaking of high wire, we are talking about a very good topic in regards to
It depends how you
the
look
bar
at it.
scene. Well, I think it explains a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to be talking about dry January. And so
Gross.
I know, right? Now it's such a big thing though. So I think we owe it to ourselves and to our listeners to dig in a little bit about who came up with this stupid idea and why, and is it a stupid idea? Because maybe it's a great idea. So
yeah,
we learned quite a bit about alcohol I think I have a very normal relationship with alcohol. I think you do as well.
I do.
We can
a conscious,
a
conscious
exactly.
relationship.
Yeah, I think it's that's what scares me when you start asking the questions of, do I drink too much? And, when you go to the doctor and they say, okay, well, do you drink? Yeah. Well, how much? Oh, I don't know. Like 1 drink a week.
Do you lie? Do you lie on that check
Oh,
mark?
absolutely. Because
One drink?
It makes you feel so bad when it's
2
like,
drinks?
do you drink 4 to 6 times a week? And that's where you max out. And you're like, well, that could be like, I don't know, one evening out or something,
It could be.
It could be.
Okay, for our listeners that don't know what dry January is, it doesn't mean that we didn't have rain
Or, I did shower.
or that your skin is really dry.
Well, yeah.
Christina.
It's okay. Thank you. It's exfoliated and lotioned.
Exfoliated January.
Yes.
No, that's not what we're
All
discussing.
right, fine.
Dry January is when you give up drinking for the entire month of January and drinking alcoholic beverages, right?
We know
so
we know
sad.
how Raul feels about dry January.
Brings the bar sales down.
That's right.
Liquor sales in
And
your
money
restaurant.
out of my pocket.
Raul, what's business been like? It's been pretty slow.
It's like it's been slow. There's no other way to put it.
And
But
this is every January. You just expect this?
yeah, they call it like it's our slow season, so it doesn't pick up to like first week of March or like last week of February. Everyone's on their New Year's resolution, and then next thing you know, they go berserk at the bar.
Yep.
That's right. Failure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bridget, how did dry January come to be a thing?
Oh, this lovely lady by the name of Emily Robinson.
She sounds hideous.
She's a Brit. She started Dry January back in 2012.
So it's not even that old.
It's not, well, 2012, that was kind of a long time ago.
It's like not ancient.
No, it's not, but it has been like why do we participate in it? And it comes along with everybody's New Year's resolution. New me,
New us,
our new bodies. It's how we get these types of physiques is by not drinking, by working out and being healthier and eating healthier, being cleaner. That whole losing weight, because to drink your calories, that is also part of the New Year's resolution.
All right. So this has been around 13 years.
It's been around for a little while.
Okay.
The only thing I see of real value is you save money.
Okay.
you save money. Do you have COVID?
No. I
Stop
got like a little
coughing.
tickle in my throat.
Ew.
It's because I'm just so wound up about
Do we
these
have
outfits.
a mask, Raul? Do you have a
Shut
mask? I think she's got
Shut
the Rona
up.
over here.
Whatever. Okay. So you said the benefit that you see is saving money.
Well, yeah, and
Okay.
maybe it's beneficial to your liver. I don't know.
Whatever. You drink you drink at home anyways. So, okay, here let's talk a little bit about this. So, in the US, about 63% of adults report that they drink. Okay, so more than half
The
of our
reported adults that aren't lying on that checkbox.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think people are like lying that they drink in general.
Okay,
I feel like, give or take
sure.
a small margin. Okay. And the rest, the other 30 something percent are talking about how they just don't want to. They don't give specific examples. They just don't want to. Okay. So let's break that down a little bit because 35% of adults participate in dry January. I feel like that's a lot higher number than I was expecting.
That is high.
Yeah.
That is high.
Yeah.
Like when you think of like just you, but I know we ran some statistics on the average American spend on alcohol. Like how much do you think you spend annually?
Do you know the answer to this?
I know.
Do you
what
have the
statistics
average?
Say.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I never even considered that.
Yeah.
I have no idea. $1,000?
Over $600 per individual annually.
That's actually less than I was thinking because the price of a cocktail these days,
because
it's like
you drink more. Maybe that's at home.
no. Think about when you go out, it's like
it's that
$15
Tito's bottle with the handle.
Oh yeah.
Come on now.
Okay. That that
You
sounds
buy
about
one
right.
of those every time.
I feel like drinking out's a whole other going out and drinking.
That's insane.
It's a whole. You're spending $100 just for a few cocktails. It's crazy.
Gross. It's gross.
Yeah. Just drink at home.
Pre-game.
Okay. Pre-game. Exactly. Okay. So really the purpose of dry January is to take a step back and assess your relationship with alcohol. Now, I think we live sort of the in moderation mode, right? Like that kind of makes sense we should be evaluating our relationship with all kinds of things. So
yeah,
it seems healthy to take a step back.
It does. But honestly, let's face it, 30 days of going dry is not going to make up for the 365 days of poor decisions. Really? Do the math.
Boom. That's so true. That's, but Bridget, I feel like you're shitting on something good that we're trying to do. Like now I was starting.
Be real. Like you're going to give the whole month of January, you're going to be dry. And then February 1st, here comes your cocktail. Like why do we reset?
Yeah.
Why do you fall off the wagon?
Are you participating in dry January?
A week or two. Okay, so there was a group of us last year. We were all talking. This was over like the Christmas break. We're like, okay, let's do dry January. And then, there was probably about 8 of us. And they're like, oh, wait, hold on. No, that's when the bowl games are. We can't do dry January with bowl games. Like, okay, let's do dry February. Wait, no. That's
rodeo break, Valentine's Day.
That's rodeo break, Valentine's Day, but that's also one of the biggest football.
Oh, duh, the Super Bowl.
The Super Bowl, okay. And then we're like, all right, let's do March, dry March. You can't do
March
dry March.
Madness?
March
Spring
Madness, spring break. One of the larger alcohol sales is St. Patrick's Day.
Oh.
So you've got St. Patrick's Day, and then we go into April, and everybody's like, all right, what about April? No, I'm already giving up alcohol for Lent. Okay, how about May? No, we can't do May because of Memorial Weekend travels. So then we go into June, and then it was like, well, maybe June.
No, June is this could go on and on. We could find something for every month.
You go on and on, and there's always an excuse for it.
I
So
feel
we're
like
like,
August
everybody
could be a
just
good
pick a
month.
week. Everybody just pick.
Yeah.
No, your kids go back to school in August.
Exactly.
You need a celebration drink.
Okay, all right, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're sort of participating in it. So let's just go ahead and give that a hard no. I could tell that was.
I'm giving a week. Let me think about it.
Did you have anything to drink last night?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, no.
Okay, so you're out.
I had a glass of wine last night.
Okay.
Yeah.
I told one of my girlfriends that she said, we're going to do it in our house. And I said, you know what? I'm going to do it with you. Why not? And then the next night I was out to dinner and we were with some friends and they all ordered drinks. And I was like, well, it would be rude not to. So then I had a margarita and then I was like, well, I already blew it. So
Do you
that.
realize how many calories are in an average margarita? Yes.
I know it's not good. It's the sugar, right?
Not a skinny marg.
Yeah, a regular one. What is it?
300 calories.
Oh man. What else could you have you could have an In-N-Out burger for 300 calories.
Burger for 300 calories.
Yeah, I'd rather have a burger.
Exactly.
I thought that would be an exciting thing. I would much rather have a burger.
So the average American consumes 400 calories in alcohol consumption a week. But that could be just one margarita.
I was like, I'm not even impressed by that statistic. Isn't a beer like 200? Like, oh, you had 2 beers this week.
Okay,
I
could have a Michelob Ultra and a margarita.
then you're done for the week.
Taco Tuesday.
That sounds very sad.
Isn't that just sad?
It does. Okay, now here's the really big thing that I feel like we are omitting from this conversation. So as we were starting to, there's been plenty of times where I've been thinking, okay, maybe I should, maybe I'm not going to drink for 6 months or something like that. It's real there because alcohol is so accepted in our society as just a normal thing. It's really hard on your social life. And I would not say, I'm not wildly social. I don't really go out during the week. And I don't enjoy, I'm not a night owl, as you know. I like to be in bed by, 8 o'clock, maybe asleep by 9.
Your kids are tucking you into bed.
100%.
You're asleep before your kids
they're just waiting for us to go to sleep so they can sneak out. So I'm like, we got the alarm on. Damn it.
Got the alarm. We have the Ring camera. Mm-hmm. You've got the alert for your garage door. Good luck sneaking out.
Man, good luck. So, so there's I totally forgot what I was talking about.
You were talking about how you were giving up. You thought you could give it up for 6 months.
Right. Yeah. And then, the social life though, I think it's really tricky. And people that you don't get to see all the time, it's like, oh, great. Let's go grab a drink. And like, it's 5 o'clock at night. Let's go grab a coffee. No, I don't want coffee at that. Like, let's go sip on a water together and catch up. And yeah, then on the flip side, you get all the people who are like, do something active. Like, why don't you go for a walk together? Because I don't want to go for a walk with you. I want to meet you at a place, have a drink, and go home.
I don't want to go for a walk with you either. I prefer not to exercise if we're going to hang out.
No, Bridget.
You wouldn't guess it by this body. I exercise all the time. You didn't know.
Yeah, no, I knew you didn't get like that by sitting at home doing nothing.
But I'm with you. But is it more habit? So so my husband and I over the summer, we gave up alcohol for a month. We're like, let's try it. Let's try and, kickstart our metabolism and be a little healthier us.
How'd that work out for you?
I became a real cheap date. It was great. It was actually really great. So we gave up alcohol for an entire month and it was really nice. But then, that first week is when we realized like, it's very like habit. Like it wasn't so much like when you think of like a social drinker, like I'm cooking dinner. If I'm cooking Mexican food, I want one of my Modelo's. Mm-hmm. If I'm cooking Italian food, I want a glass of wine. And it became, I was like, oh my gosh, I kind of sound like an alcoholic when I'm saying this out loud, but it was very habitual,
mm-hmm.
My pattern as to when I wanted to drink. And it wasn't even like stress or anything like that. It was like, no, I'm going to have a cocktail while I'm doing something.
But that's also how everything's marketed, right? Like wine and cheese, beer and a burger, beer and pizza. I mean, they go together.
Yeah.
They're besties and you can't break them up. But the thing I feel like we're not talking, and I do feel like more recently it's becoming more socially acceptable to not drink,
mm-hmm.
but there is absolutely this pressure. And I've talked about this with so many people where you feel like a loser. If you're everyone's ordering wine, you're like, I'll have water. It doesn't feel, you feel like the odd man out. You feel like there's something weird about you. And maybe this is refer back to our episode of why you shouldn't care what people think, right? Because this is the same thing with smoking cigarettes. Now, fortunately, I never smoked cigarettes. I mean, I've probably smoked one in my life, but like I was never a smoker.
Of cigarettes,
yeah, mm-hmm. or anything. So,
but that's where, like for me in my early teen years, it started probably when I was about 17, 18, I was a smoker. And
gross.
I know, it's disgusting. I smoked menthols.
Ew, yes.
It actually started because I used to smoke clove cigarettes. That was like such a thing in the 90s. Like
I'm not even sure I know what that is.
Cloves?
Yeah.
Oh, they crackle when you smoke them. They smell like cloves. And so that's how it started. And they were sweet. And you'd get them at the kiosk at the Tucson Mall.
Oh my gosh.
You'd get them at the kiosk at the Tucson Mall. So we would do that. And then it became like, all right, I'm just going to be a social smoker. And then it turned into, okay, this is nicotine. I'm actually addicted to this stuff. And then, a few years down the road, I'm like, okay, I really need to stop this. So I smoked for probably about 4 years.
Okay.
4 years. And then when I started down the process of, do I want to have a baby? Do I want to get pregnant? Okay, I need cleaner me, cleaner body. Let's cleanse the vessel for maternity.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I stopped smoking. So I haven't smoked since I was like 20 years old.
Okay. Well, that's pretty good.
Thank you. Now drinking.
Well, but
still drinking.
Now, why? Because, okay, so here's something that I learned. And I think probably one of the things that we talked about is that people in our society just don't want to accept that alcohol is as dangerous as it actually is because it's such a buzzkill to even have this conversation. Like, I don't even want to listen to us talk about this because it's like, yeah, I know, but I don't need to hear it. Like, just leave me alone. Let me have my drinks and, shut up. But alcohol is classified as a group 1. A group 1 what? A group 1 carcinogen. Carcinogen.
One more time.
Alcohol is classified as a, I'm laughing while I say it. This is,
You're so evil.
I know. So this group 1s are tobacco, asbestos.
That's awful.
That's awful. And alcohol is in that same category. So
I'm going with it's fake news.
right? Because we don't want to believe it. However, when you think about people who smoke cigarettes nowadays, it's like, that's so gross. And I am kind of rude about that. Like, I just think it's so disgusting, and we all know better. Like, why would anybody be smoking cigarettes?
Well, it's not just with cigarettes, it's not just affecting you. Your secondhand smoke is affecting others.
Well, you know what? When you get drunk and act like an idiot, it's affecting me as well. So I just canceled out your logic there.
Well,
now who's holding your hair back, okay, and taking care of you and sending my sisters home in an Uber with you because you're too scared?
Shut up.
Okay, fine.
Whatever.
But so, so that's the thing when I look at that and I go, okay, we know cigarettes are so bad for you and disgusting. But alcohol is in that same category, yet it's pushed on you everywhere you go. You go to a restaurant, they have the menu strategically flipped to the booze side. They want the sales and the revenue in the alcohol. Like, it's very important, but also it's just socially, it's almost weird if you don't drink. Like, what's wrong with you?
It's very glamorized.
It is. And so how do we look at that and start really having that conversation? Alcohol is really bad for you. It's really bad for you. And there's no threshold at which alcohol becomes not harmful to you. There is no threshold in which alcohol hits a certain level and goes, okay, well, as soon as you have 2, then it starts to become dangerous. It's that first drop. There is no evidence that there's any level that you can have where it doesn't harm you. Why are we not talking about that more?
Do you want to talk about it more when we come back from our commercial break?
Yeah, I guess so. All right, we'll take a quick break and then we'll come back and keep yapping.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Happy New Year and welcome to 2025. It's a new year, but we still have air conditioning and heating systems at last year's prices. We have high-efficient inverter systems for as low as $89 a month. For year-round comfort, call Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in Southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltalon.com. Again, that's selltalon.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with a tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
Oh, so sorry. Excuse me. I didn't realize we were coming back from our break right now. I apologize. I thought I had a little bug on my back. I needed to check it out.
It's so much It's so much funnier when you're watching the video. If you're listening to this, you don't realize what Christina's got going on. So if you're listening to our video, if you're listening to our podcast, we have muscle shirts on, and
muscle shirts.
It's
more than a muscle shirt.
I have a muscle shirt on, and Christina has sexy lingerie on. But not only does she have a front to her shirt, she also has this phenomenal back.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just came back from the commercial break, you may have had a cheeky drive-by.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get back to the
a little Mike Tyson for you.
Let's get back to the statistics of
this.
Alcohol being a carcinogen.
Okay. So how about this? Alcohol is the third leading preventable cause of cancer.
That sounds about right. What are the other two?
Just behind obesity and tobacco.
Because you can prevent.
Preventable.
In most cases, you can prevent them. You can prevent tobacco consumption. You can prevent alcohol consumption. In most cases, you can prevent obesity.
Right.
We're now finding there are genetic links and metabolic links to obesity. So disclaimer on that one. We are not experts.
I think we are.
We're just educated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we start putting it into those types of terms,
That's
third
crazy.
leading preventable cause of death. If you don't want to die early, you shouldn't drink. I mean, I feel like that's the bottom line here.
Well, and what we're seeing now coming through all of the news and what you're seeing from the U.S. Surgeon General is they might be putting carcinogen labels on alcohol like they do on tobacco and other items that may cause cancer.
You know, I don't know if I could sip a beer with a big sign on it that says this may cause cancer.
I smoked cigarettes for 5 years knowing that they could cause cancer and have known that alcohol is a carcinogen and still.
Well, and you know, there's going to be those diehards that are like, I don't care. I'll drink till the day I die and I'll enjoy it. And, you know, okay, once again, we know where Raul stands. Thank you, sir.
Come on, he works at a bar.
I know.
Please.
I know.
Wait.
Please,
let me just make this clear.
Feed your liver.
Oh, now he wants to clear it up.
I do not drink a lot. It's a joke. It's a joke.
Have you seen his physique?
Yeah. I mean, it's not as good as mine, but whatever.
It's because he's still in his 20s.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You're almost 40.
Yeah, I got to do what you're doing. Give me that workout plan.
Well, Raul, I'll give it to you after our podcast. I'll let you know how I got these abs and pectoral muscles.
Yes, exactly.
But I really do, like when we're talking about dry January and we're talking about the benefits of it, and we, you know, when I personally gave up alcohol and my husband as well, we slept better. You know,
you mean for that 1 month?
for that 1 month, I slept really good. I felt it, like if we were exercising or if we were walking, like I wasn't so fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
And you know how when you're walking, you're like, oh my God, my legs feel so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Or for those who actually work out, like, oh my gosh, my body just feels so tired and really fatigued.
Mm-hmm.
I only walk. That's my workout. I don't know how I have this body. I must have an amazing diet. But I definitely saw, you know, my skin cleared up, as a little more vibrant.
Your eyes are a little brighter.
Eyes are brighter. You don't have those big, thick back. I mean, I had a glass of wine last night. That's why I have these black bags under my eyes. But I felt better.
Yeah.
Like I just overall felt better. I felt healthier. And why? Like why come February 1st or whenever that month is that you're like, oh, I'm going to be clean for 30 days.
And then just trash my body again.
And then you trash it again.
Yep.
It's why do we continue to go through these honeymoon phases and then back into it?
Yeah. So let's talk about that. So I think probably most people can agree, you know, when you take care of your body, you feel better. I think that's a pretty obvious statement. But the way that alcohol is marketed to us is take the edge off, relax. All of, we're in such a chaos circle of life that everything is overwhelming, everything is overstimulating. You get home, you just want to take the edge off. And so have a glass of wine, have a beer, have a whiskey, whatever it is, and take that edge off. But what if we don't do that? What are some other, and I think this episode is really not meant to be so informational of here's what you can do to replace alcohol, because yes, you can get up off the couch and go take a walk. You can go exercise.
You can microdose.
You can yeah, all the people who are like, oh, I'm not drinking, but I'm gonna start taking shrooms, or I'm gonna smoke a joint, take an edible,
taking edibles and tinctures, and
yes, you're replacing one with another. And I think the purpose is really get to the root of what is the issue, what do you need to take the edge off from, and is that really what you want to be doing? Because we all know there's nothing better than that first drink, right? You get that first drink high that you'll never get back, because then you have a second drink, a third drink, a fourth drink. By those drinks, you don't even remember what that first drink feeling was, because now you are so beyond that. And then you feel like crap the next day. I mean, there's all these reasons why that, like, this is the craziest thing. Why do we keep doing this?
Yeah.
It doesn't mean I'm going to stop, but why?
I do. I definitely feel, I think everything that we have been sharing in the last season and in the last couple of episodes is cleaner, new, the cleaner you, the newer you, how do we take all of this clutter and how do we remove toxins? How alcohol is a toxin. There are certain things that if you want a better, I don't know, if you want to wake up just feeling a little bit better, if you want that type of balance in your life, why not? Definitely, a balance can include Tequila Tuesdays, but is it Tequila Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Well, maybe
if you're on vacation in Cabo, why not? But I definitely feel that everything that we've been talking about is awareness, moderation,
mindfulness.
Can you substitute what you're putting in your body? Everything that we're
like have a glass of milk instead.
Milk and cookies. No, milk's not good for you either.
Yeah, I know.
You can have some coconut milk or some almond milk.
No,
but
thank
I
you.
think that with that, it's all moderation. As we were talking to Raul during the break, he was just like, everything can be a carcinogen if you have too much of it. Everything can be bad for your body if you consume too much of it. So what does that balance look like? And as you were saying earlier, you go to a restaurant and boom, the first thing they put in front of you is the happy hour cocktail list. But what we are seeing over the last, I want to say it's been more visible to me over the last year. Maybe they've been on the menu this whole time. I just have never looked for them, are mocktails. Because this next generation are so much more aware of what they're putting in their body, the calories that they ingest, the proteins, the macros, the micros, all of that, they're not consuming as much alcohol. They're not consuming as much spirits. Wine sales have gone down over this last year because this upcoming generation just don't like wine.
Well, now
they like seltzers.
To be fair, COVID really threw a wrench in things, right? Like this was the amount of alcohol abuse skyrocketed during COVID, and a lot of people
21% in the United States.
Well, and then take that and look at the web, the ripple effect of that. You have alcohol abuse skyrockets, therefore mental health crisis skyrockets, suicides skyrocket. So it really has a pretty negative effect. When you abuse it. It's great when you just have one or two.
When you're a social drinker.
Yeah, but I just don't feel like the conversation is being had that much. And maybe it is in those small pockets. Like when you decide that you're sober, you find your people, right? Because it's very difficult to maintain a lot of those friendships where really the only thing you had in common was getting drunk together
Or going to the bar.
Or going to the bar. Now, at your age especially, I feel like that's probably way less common for you. Your friendships aren't based on going to the bar and partying. More like, knitting hour and bingo at the hall in bed by 5 o'clock.
You're such an asshole.
So, I'm still in my prime in my 30s. So I'm not quite there yet.
What?
But
knitting? No, I don't knit. I Netflix binge. Come on now.
Right,
I'm
whatever.
not that old.
Yeah, right. You're right. Not yet.
But do I know how to knit?
Do you?
I do.
I'd like to learn.
Well,
That'd be
I'm not
kinda
going
cool.
to teach you because you're just rude.
Yeah, that's fair. I had that coming. So I feel like the conversation's being had in pockets. And when that's sort of your social circle, that is, you've got all of the motivational speakers talking about how poisonous alcohol is and why you don't need it. And then as you're slowly starting to get into it, like I've been noticing a lot more of my Instagram ads are all of the fake alcohol drinks and the ones that's like, it gives you a little bit of a buzz feel without the alcohol. And I do just feel better when I don't drink. It's just I think the rate that I drank in the last couple of years has gone down probably 60%, I would say. I don't drink during the week anymore. And that's not a hard rule. It's more just, I don't really need to. And I'm cooking dinner and exactly what you're saying, that habit of pour a glass of wine while I'm, opening a can of something and schlopping it in a pan. I really need that glass of wine there, right? So it's kind of looking at yourself and like, what are your own stress triggers? What are you trying to relax from? What do you need the edge taken off from? And really just kind of being curious about that feeling. Like, I think it's really interesting. Like I said, I'm not setting any hard rules for myself about like, I'm not a person who drinks. Like if I want to have a drink, I'll have a drink. I've just found that I don't really want to anymore. And it feels pretty damn good.
It does feel good. And I think for some of our listeners that, have this goal to quit or just to cut back, to start that cut back, if it's not a month, a dry month, and if it's not a dry week, try a dry day. Or try
dry hour,
try,
baby steps.
If you're breaking it down to a dry day, maybe try AA. I don't know.
Well, one of my girlfriends told me when we were talking about this, and I won't say anything else to, give anyone a hint who it is, but she pulls me aside and she goes, Christina, this is the longest I've gone without drinking since I was pregnant. Okay. Now, hint, it's been more than a decade since she was pregnant. And hint, this conversation probably happened on like January 7th. So
I love that.
But I think for her, it was really interesting to just have that realization of, oh my gosh, sometimes you're not even aware of how much your life revolves around alcohol. And I just think at this point, and it's exactly what you said, moderation. But when you know better, do better. And when we can sit here and say, alcohol is a toxic, psychoactive, and dependence-producing substance that's categorized as a group 1
carcinogen.
What? Hello.
Whoa.
If that doesn't reduce how much you want to consume, and I do get the argument, right, of like Kraft mac and cheese is probably going to give us cancer, but am I still going to feed that to my kids? You betcha.
Maybe transition to Annie's.
Is that any better?
I have no idea. Maybe just don't give them mac and cheese.
Well, okay.
Maybe you should start cooking something a little more sustainable.
All right.
And healthier for
you know
your
what?
kids.
I do cook. I know I'm making fun of myself, but I do cook pretty well.
Do you?
Yeah. I do.
I can tell by that body.
Well, obviously. No, to the point that my kids are like, can you just make something normal? Like, can you stop making such elaborate dinners? And I'm like, there's nothing elaborate about this.
Are you in like a sequence dress when you're
my wedding dress? Yes.
When you're presenting the meal to
Yes.
everybody, it's like you're going out for a gala.
Yes.
Children, come sit with me.
Tonight's meal consists of whole grain, backyard grown rice.
No, it's awful. But when we're talking about like quitting or your goal to quit, and as we're sharing mocktails, if if that craving or that flavor, like you just need that, like I just need to taste the gin, like I can be fake or not. There are so many non-alcoholic spirits, I'm doing air quotes, spirits out there. And there's actually a local company that has them. It's called Filters with a PH. And I think they have whiskey, they have gin, they have tequila and rum. And they're non-alcoholic. So for those people that are wanting to transition but just love the taste of a margarita when you're cooking or when you're socializing, like these are really great alternatives. There's
I'm calling BS on this. Nobody really loves the taste of vodka so much that they want to.
Vodka is not.
If I'm going to drink a vodka, I want to feel something from it. Okay,
vodka is not on the list.
Well,
so
whatever.
People don't like the flavor of vodka.
Clearly,
they like the flavor of gin and
Do you
tequila.
really want to drink a margarita that has no alcohol in it?
I want a margarita that has no calories.
Exactly.
And no tequila.
All right, so we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, I'm gonna tell you my take on mocktails. I think they're stupid. Okay, so
I'm
quick
excited.
break. We'll be right back.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Happy New Year and welcome to 2025. It's a new year, but we still have air conditioning and heating systems at last year's prices. We have high-efficient inverter systems for as low as $89 a month. For year-round comfort, call Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing at 520-492-0748 or picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating and Plumbing.
Hi, I'm Alan Murdoch. For the past 20 years, I've been buying, fixing, and selling properties right here in southern Arizona. And I want to buy your property. Whether it's a house, apartment, commercial building, or vacant land, regardless of the condition or the situation, I want to talk to you. When you sell to me, I pay cash and it's hassle-free. No repairs, no closing costs, and no commissions. If you have a property you don't want to deal with and you want a quick solution, call, text, or visit selltalon.com. Again, that's selltalon.com.
Discover the power of 88 Crime, where your anonymous tips are rewarded with cash. When you call in anonymously with a tip, you are given a code. With the code and a password, you can walk into a bank and redeem your reward anonymously. If your anonymous tip results in a felony arrest, you can claim up to $2,500 cash reward. Let's stop the silence on crime and strive for a safer community. For more information, please visit 88crime.org or call 88crime.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
We can print anything on our soft vanilla logo cookies. We deliver them and other sweet treats locally. We are located at 4249 West Ina Road, Suite 121. Call us 520-300-1131. We bake smiles.
Copper Creek Cookies, Copper Creek Cookies, coppercreekcookies.net.
Okay, hot take. Mocktails are stupid. And do you know why I know this?
Why?
Because Raul just chimed in and goes, "What's a mocktail?" And I was like, exactly. Now, look, I appreciate that they have the selection there, but they still put the calorie count next to it. So it's like, oh, have this fake gin and tonic. It's still 210 calories. Like, just hand me a side of fries.
And only $1 cheaper than the real cocktail.
Exactly. So this is what I don't understand. If we're drinking mocktails, what's the purpose of a mocktail? Is it that you want to feel like you fit in? Is it that you want, and trust me, I have absolutely pretended that I was drinking because I didn't feel like being harassed. Like I came to a party one time and I had like a thermal cup and I was like, oh yeah, it's wine. It was friggin' seltzer water, you know? 'Cause I don't like people getting on me. And I think
we need to talk about your security issues.
Well, no, I think it's more of like, we should talk about my friend choices.
That too.
Yeah.
That too.
But you know, so like, I absolutely understand the social pressure of not wanting to feel like normal, which as I'm saying that out loud is so sad that is part of what we do. Or, you know, certainly when you're hiding a pregnancy or something. Wait, like
Why aren't you drinking today?
Exactly. Like I remember my sister when she was pregnant, but nobody knew yet, and so she was like, "Switch me your drink. Like, or you order this one, and then we'll switch, and it'll look like a, it's a whole thing." I get it, but for somebody who is just like, "Ooh, let's go have mocktails," why? Why?
Because they don't want to consume alcohol. That's why. Quit being so judgy.
So then just order yourself an apple juice.
Well, I guess you could. Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible. Apple juice is horrible for you. I mean, you know how I mean it. It's just so much sugar.
Okay.
That's why pediatricians are like, don't let your kids drink juice. Not too much of it.
For their
moderation.
Teeth, right?
Yeah. And just the amount of sugar, I'm sure it goes to the,
So there have been
diabetes.
times if I wasn't consuming alcohol at a social event, then I would be having like a seltzer water and a lime, and maybe have them throw in a thing of mint.
So is that because you're
like
trying? So you're trying to hide that you're not drinking?
Only when I'm out with you, because you're so judgy and you're like, why aren't you drinking? Why aren't you going to have fun with us?
That's such
I'm
a
like,
lie.
God, get off my ass, Christina. I just don't want to drink. I'm trying to be safe.
Oh my god.
Trying to lose weight. Trying to keep my physique.
Trying to keep this six
Come
pack.
on now.
That's funny. So, okay, let's just say we've all been there. We've all well, actually, no, that's probably not true.
You're
But
not pretending.
I've definitely done that. So, but if I'm going to out to dinner or something and I'm not drinking, I'm certainly not ordering a mocktail.
I'm not ordering a mocktail either.
Okay.
No.
So
if I'm not drinking, I'm just going to order a beer. Because that's not really
because that doesn't
drinking.
count,
That
right?
doesn't
Yeah,
count.
yeah.
Beers don't count.
Yeah. Just give me a bump of something and no. Okay. But seriously, if you're not drinking and you're going out, I just am more curious. Listeners, who's drinking mocktails, and tell us why. What's the point? Because I clearly don't get it. I mean, I understand conceptually because you don't want alcohol. You want to feel like you're part of the fun. I'd rather have more food.
I want to know what our listeners, what their personal benefits have been when they go dry January or dry February or whatever their lack of alcohol consumption time frame is. Like, what are the benefits that they have seen during that time frame?
Yeah.
Because I know how I feel. I know how it affects me. I wish it would help me lose more weight, but it doesn't.
You don't need to lose a pound. Look at you.
Look at me.
Well, okay. So we know it's improved the benefits of not drinking, improved sleep, better mood, more energy, weight loss. Although that one I think is a crock because I've done that before where I didn't drink for like 2 months. Did I lose a pound? No. Is it because I substituted alcohol with a tray of brownies every night? Maybe, but that's beside the point. So improved productivity, improved fitness habits, right? You're just going to be, it's the same thing. Like, what are the benefits of not smoking? You're just going to be healthier. Okay. So the benefits of not drinking, you're just going to be healthier. So this is an obvious statement. So I don't think we even need to go around and round of why would somebody stop drinking? It's just better. Stop poisoning yourself. But how do you decide if you're really going to stop or not? And is it the right choice for you? I don't think that's for us to decide. We're not here to be experts.
No, I'm not. I definitely feel it's a personal choice, right? Obviously, anything that you do, you consume is your personal choice. It's what's in it for you. What's the benefit for you? If you have 5 kids at home, well, you just keep on drinking.
You just keep on. All right. I think we close the book on dry January. We've solved the problem. We've given you both sides of this. I'm concluding with mocktails are stupid.
So whether your glass is half full, your glass is half empty, your glass has coffee, your glass has a mocktail, we're here for you.
We are.
We're here for you.
So thanks for listening to Dry January. We've got a really fun episode coming up with an incredible chef who has been written up nationally. Some of his dishes were featured in Playboy magazine, which complements our look. Oh, maybe we should have saved these for next week.
Oh, maybe just rewear it next week.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah,
maybe this will be our new thing. So I'm really hoping that our look today has shed some light that we can sell our beauty And let's see if we get more follows on this. So be sure to share our episodes.
I think it's more of, it may be dry January, but our humor is not dry.
Wah, wah, wah.
So,
Okay, Raul and I, clearly we were not aligned on that one. We'll have to talk next time about good humor, Raul.
So where can you find us? You can find us on Instagram at backseat.thriver. You can find us on YouTube at Backseat Thriver. You can find us on our website at backseatthriver.com. And you can find us or communicate with us at connect@backseatthriver.com. And always, where can you find us, Christina?
Oh, I was like, wait, where? On LTD Media. Thank you, as always, for the studio. So be sure to follow ltd.media on Instagram and download their app because it has awesome music playing. It has lots of good content on there. And, of course, yours truly and hers truly.
My truly?
We's truly?
We's truly.
That makes me want to drink. All right. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening.